and gentlemen, I have a great show for you today. I have three women. It's going to be in two parts, and they're going to be sharing their manifestation stories, their coaching journey, and how they have transformed their lives in 2025. So, see, it's one thing for me to talk about it, for you to hear. I want you to open up your heart and your spirit. So, I heard one gentleman, he said to me, he said, well, when you had our women on one of your shows, he said, I started not to listen to it. I said, why would you do that? Because we're really sharing universal spiritual principles that anybody can use. And boy, when he listened to that show, he said he took 10 pages worth of notes. So open up your heart, open up your spirit, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. That's my home girl. Attended Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We got Miss Devaney. Devaney, give us a wave for those people who are watching us. And then all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina, we got Jamie. Give us a wave. Is that a Miss America wave? I mean, I don't know. And then from the ATL, I think she's from Douglasville, right? And guys, that's just a suburb in the ATL. We got Shinoka, and I call her all kind of different names, but she knows who I'm talking about. She's doing her Miss America wave. It is so funny. So, ladies, let's start with Devaney. Devaney, what was your experience like? You can unmute yourself at our latest retreat, uh, in the group coaching session. What was that like for you?
For me, it was eye-opening. I didn't realize that I was holding on to things for my within myself, and it didn't even have anything to do with the people on the outside until I finally was in an area where I could sit and talk and open up and be real and be vulnerable and just let it out. And that's when I realized that I needed to forgive myself.
Okay.
And it opened my eyes to show me that once I forgive myself and let everything go that is beyond me, I have everything that I want.
Yeah, because unforgiveness, everybody, is a vibration. And I was telling somebody today, when you are walking in unforgiveness, that vibration is the same vibration as lack, scarcity, not enough. So we know love is the highest vibration, Devaney, right?
Right.
And so when you had that awakening, and what Devaney said was so profound, when you are in a safe, vulnerable environment where you can share, and you got other people in there of like consciousness, everybody is spiritual, all of any kind of hurt is going to come out of you. Is that kind of what happened to you? I'm not trying to put words in your
That
mouth.
is what happened. Yes. It was like as soon as I let it out, it was like, oh wow, that was an aha moment. And it wasn't just for me, it was for other women in the room too. They was like, I felt that. I
Yeah.
feel exactly what you are saying. So they were able to help me, see what that girl, okay, we I'm glad you got that out, but we're gonna forgive ourselves, we're gonna love ourselves, and we're gonna keep this going because that's what's holding me back.
Yeah. And this is the principle, everybody. We all do the best we can. You did the best you could with the knowledge that you had at the time. So you got to
Correct.
love yourself and forgive yourself. What has it felt like for you to be walking in that I'm loving and forgiving myself vibration?
It's felt really good because with me, my it's like my manifestations is coming with my son. My son ended up making the basketball team at
Hallelujah.
school. And now he's a freshman, so he's on the freshman team, which he's played with the junior varsity. That's a little step above him, and now they're wanting him on the varsity. And
Mhm.
so I realized once I've let things go, me and him, our relationship has gotten better, and we are able to talk about things, how he feels on things, because this was a new school for him. Oh honey, it was a lot to get him over there, but he's there. He's doing great. He's top of his class, straight A student. So it's been really good. And me and my mom were reading Mark 11:24. And we were talking about asking and receiving. And at the end, it says, but I have to forgive in order for God to forgive me. And
Mhm.
I need to forgive the way God does forgive me. Because if God's gonna forgive me, who am I to not forgive the next person? Forgive myself or forgive somebody? I'm not better than God.
Yeah,
And
you did the best
I'm
you
no
could.
better than God at all. So for him to, it's in his word, you have forgive, so you will be forgiven. I'm like, okay.
And it's really deep self-love for yourself. Okay,
Mhm.
David, now we're going to go to Shanoka. So, Shanoka, come on and unmute yourself and tell us about how did you feel about the women's conference retreat and what was your big aha moment?
I'm gonna say outstanding. Um, it was very outstanding. We cried together, we laughed together, we meditated, we prayed, we loved on each other, and we just gave each other grace. And for me, that was a good thing because I've always beat myself up for being, um, I guess, for being me. You know, the type of person that I am, and I learned that, you know, I am uniquely me in any way that is. It doesn't matter how it comes out. I'm still me and continue to bring me out and show myself and not be afraid. Um, my big aha moment was I had so many. It was so many aha moments. I was prophesied to, and that was a big aha moment, because it's like that came straight from my brain, from my heart and from my body. And it was somebody else telling me, so that was a great moment. Um, I worried for years about, you know, I didn't think I could do certain things. And um, I learned if anybody else could do it, why can't I do it? I'm one of God's children too. And He has my back and my best interest at all times. So that was a major thing for me. And
But
now
when
that
you
I know,
go ahead, See, I got Shanoka on here on purpose because one of her fears, she said, I don't really like to talk in public, but you have a great testimony and a great story, right? And one thing that she's going to tell her testimony in a minute, but I pushed her as her coach and said, you got to do it afraid because she's been talking about stuff and afraid. And some of y'all who are listening, you already know that you've been talking about stuff for years, but when you take a baby step at a time and do it afraid, you're gonna do what Shanika did, which was to buy her first property. But I'm gonna let her talk about that later on. I saw
it's
you. I saw you, Shanoka, really merging and connecting with the ladies. What did that feel like?
it felt great. It felt great. And all of us had our own story, and nobody was, you know, afraid to tell their story, and we weren't judged. I didn't feel alone. I felt like I was in a sisterhood, pretty much, and niecehood, Devonay. But I felt togetherness and closeness and safe, and it helped me understand that consistency is what I need to keep going with. And that's what I've been doing. I've been consistent every day. Every day I've been reading, studying, looking, and I feel so good. I've been coaching with you for 2 years, and this has been the best 2 years. I have grown, I've learned about myself, and I love me, you know. And I couldn't always say that, but I feel good about me. And I'm grateful.
We can. I'm grateful for you, and see everybody who's listening. You've heard me say before on my show that one-on-one coaching is powerful, but it is the Spirit of God. It is miraculous. The miracles that happens in any group setting where you have people with like-mindedness come together, the miraculous happens. So we're gonna come back and hear Shinoka's uh, amazing story in a minute. So let's go to Jamie all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina. Jamie, what was your take in the group and what did you gain?
So I have three words. I came away feeling empowered. I felt validated. And I think we've all said the word safe because that was
Mhm,
like a big thing in this conference. I feel like well, I know for myself, I felt very safe to be myself. And what I'll say is, another thing that I realized is like my experience wasn't unique. I heard little bits of my story and what I was going through or experiencing personally in almost every woman in that room. Like I could pull or take away some type of encouragement or information or just validation from each person's story. So I just felt like we were, and I know for myself, I was a lot more free to express myself. Um, my biggest takeaway was that I am safe to be seen. It is now safe for me to be seen. So that's a big thing for me as someone who, when I first started coaching with you, I was very introverted, behind the scenes, in the back of the room. And so I've started to, inch to the front every conference that I attend with you, and not just physically, I mean like in a spiritual sense. I am
mhm,
coming more and more out of my shell every single year or every single month. And I know my life has personally changed throughout the course of the years, but safety, feeling so safe to want my desires are my desires, and it's okay for me to desire that,
mhm,
right? Or how I feel if I feel angry about something, or man, I do all the meditating, but I'm still holding on to X, Y, and Z. I felt safe to say that. I didn't feel judged. I didn't feel like no one understood me. That's another big thing is sometimes I feel like nobody understands what I'm going through or
mhm.
experience, but I felt validated. I felt seen, and I felt like everyone in that room was able to see me and see what I was experiencing. So it was great.
When you were talking, are you crying, Shinoka? When you were talking, I'm coming back to you. When you were talking, what the Spirit said to me is all of us need to learn how to be the main character in our lives. It's
Absolutely.
okay for us to take the starring role and be that main character. And so that's what you're doing, Jamie. That's what you're doing, Devaney, uh, to really say, yeah, this is who I am. Like Shinoka said, I'm unique. Who I am is enough. Where I am is enough. God made you uniquely you. So, Shinoka, I'm coming back to you. Why do you feel like you were crying when Jamie was talking?
I still went over what I said. And then she just added on top of what I said. So
Yeah.
it's just a mountain of both, you know, and it's just growth. It's growth. And I see it on all of us. All of us has grown. Like I said, it's my second year from last year to this year. All of us are different. We're different. And kudos to you, kudos to God. We are
Thank you.
different. We are
Thank you.
different.
All right, so let's talk about some manifestations because I'm always teaching on these are some things that you do. And I tell people you're going to have to learn the spiritual principles and merge. It's the principles, but then it's the presence of God. It's not just visualization and scripting, it's knowing you are loved. You got a God that cares for you, adores you, wants to see you happy. You're co creating with God. So, Devaney, I'm going to start with you. What was one of your most powerful manifestations in 2025?
I was able to move out of my mama's house.
Speak up a little bit loud. You were able to move out of your mama's house.
Yes, able to move out of my mother's home, get my own home and be a mother to my child. And that was big for both of us because she hadn't really been by herself since the passing of my brother. And
Mm-hmm.
then I came home and me and Traylon have just been there with her. But it was needed. It was great. We love having our own space, and she's right up the street. So I was able to manifest my home this year.
And so, was it time for you to manifest your home? And when y'all had that talk, were you upset about it? What was that like walking through that process?
Well, we had the hard talk. She just had to let me know, be a mother, be a good mom, be a mother to your child, and just it's not all about you. You know how to be a single person. Now you're being a single parent. Not saying you're gonna be it for long, but be a single parent, take care of your child. And once you take care of your child, everything will fall into place. And my feelings was hurt a little bit because I wanted to go and do what I wanted to do, but she made sense. And ever since then, it's been locked in. Like, even with him making the basketball team where I was trying to go, I wouldn't have been able to go because he's on the team now. I'm at practice. I'm picking him up. I got to make sure he's at the basketball court. Got to make sure he got his shoes and his shorts. So it's making both of us grow together. But yeah, she had to sit me down. But I'm thankful that she did it because it's working for us over here. So
So, how do you feel? Do you feel more responsible? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. How do you feel?
I feel like I'm becoming an adult. I'm
Oh,
being an adult now. My mama
mm-hmm.
said, "You know how to be a single person. What about a single parent?" I said, "Oh,
Oh, that
oh."
that was a powerful thing. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any relationship, you've heard me say this before, that you can't tell the truth to. Me and my BFF, we just had a real hard to the core. She gave
Mm-hmm.
me a good little spanking, and she was right. And so, if you have any relationship that can't bend and mold to the truth, it's not truth. But
Right.
Devaney and anybody else who's listening and or watching, when you go to the other side of that truth, can you see all the blessings and the
Mm-hmm.
growth that are happening in your life?
I sure can. I thanked her for doing it. Like I said, I was mad at her, but I called her the next day and said, "Girl, I canceled my flight." And she was like, "Well, good. I'm proud of you." I said, "Okay."
I'm proud of you. Daphne is diligent. She's faithful. Now she gonna get an attitude with me sometime and may not talk for 2 or 3 months, but I think she's outgrown that. But she's gonna always come back and say, "You're right, Miss Constance." And it's not about me being right, but a coach can tell you in 20 minutes what it took her 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so she'll always come back and she's always going to do that inner work. I love your relationship with God, and I'm just going to declare and decree that I see your positioning, and you are certainly positioning yourself to receive the unlimited blessings of God in your life.
Yes, ma'am. And it's also my birthday month too. My birthday is next week, so
Okay, okay, she
you
had to
gotta
get
share
that
with
out.
me a little bit. Just share it a
Okay,
little
I shared a little bit.
bit.
Guys, y'all know I celebrate for 30 days, and boy, people have been showing up. I've gotten gifts, cards, money, surprises, 7-day cruise, just all kinds of things. And on my birthday, I cried all morning because all day on social media, thank you. And they would say happy birthday. And I typed up thank you at least 300, 400, 500 times. And the Spirit revealed to me what would happen in your life if you said thank you all day, Constance. Thank you. So I was saying thank you to everybody, anybody who did anything. And I'm still waiting for UPS and FedEx and the postman. I was upset on Monday. I'm like, is this Veterans Day? Is the United States Post Office running today? They like, no, girl, this is a holiday. But all of that, Devney and I are just telling you to celebrate your life. All right, Shinoko, what was your big manifestation for this year? And how did that come out of our coaching? Go ahead.
Whew, my big manifestation for this year was I am now a real estate investor.
Wow.
I wanted to be a real estate investor for about close to 15 years, and I have been afraid. Um, when you and I had our first conversation, I told you that, and I want to say the first conversation you told me, do it afraid. And that continued to play in my mind as I, you know, still it took me a couple years because I was still afraid. Oh, I don't want to spend my money. I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. Until I got to a point till I said to myself, Coach is right. I need to step out. What I desire for me is for me. And what I want to be, I can be. So I did it. I'm excited. I have my tenant. She's been there since September, and she's so far so good. She's a great tenant, and I'm looking forward to growing and getting more properties in my state, in different states, and I also want to open a salon suite. So I am working on that at this
You're
time.
going to, you not want to, you're going to.
I'm going to.
Hmm.
And I would have never thought that I could do that. But why not me? Other people doing it, so why not me? So I'm overly excited about that. I'm still in awe and can't believe it. It's still like a dream because I've wanted to do it for so long. But it has manifested
And
and
you
I'm
know
so
when and we know
thankful.
which okay, excuse me. I'm so happy for Shinoka because I pushed her, I shoved her, and I said, do it afraid, take a baby step. And Shinoka had the dream. I'm talking to listeners now. You can have a dream, but execution is where it's at. I said, let's take a little baby step. And so she had me as her coach, and then she had a real estate coach. And we both were just getting her from both sides. And I said, do it afraid. I know you're afraid, but do it. Everything that I've ever done, listeners, I did it afraid. Didn't have all the answers, didn't have all the money, didn't know how. But you take one step and then God will reveal the second. So what has happened with Shinoka is now she has confidence and now she's getting ready to do her second property. And that's what happens. The momentum picks up and she realized, I love your mantra of why not me?
Yes, that's right. Why not me?
I love
I could
that.
do it too. I could do it too.
You can. We can tell the way you moving back and forth. You really believe that if y'all can see her,
I
but
do.
I'm so happy for her. Okay, Shinoka. So Jamie, lastly, tell us what has been your big manifestation for this year. So ladies and gentlemen, whoever listening, it is the will of God for you to have your desire. Any desire that's on the inside of you, the Bible said God will give you the desires of your heart. So if you got a desire, it's like in 4D and 5D, it's already there waiting for you.
Mhm.
But you just have to come out of 3D. Y'all know 3D is what you see, it's your circumstances and all of that. And so we're not really trying to manifest anything. Shinoka wasn't really trying to manifest. She was just changing her mindset from fear to I can take a baby step, from fear to I can take two baby steps, etc. So, Jamie, what is your
So this year, if this is a thing, I manifested consistency
wow?
with myself. I made a decision last year, around this time, actually in October, I made a decision that I was going to release weight, get healthy, and change my body. That was the thing. And I told myself, I'm like, this is it. Like, I'm tired of going back and forth with myself, and I had to overcome some of my own limiting beliefs. So, one of my mantras was I cannot get up early in the morning. I am not a morning person. So I'm not getting up going to the gym early in the morning. Don't ask me. That was one of my mantras that I would always say. I changed my mindset and I start saying I am a morning person and I'm going to get up and I'm going to go into the gym. And so I started small. Um, I made a promise and a commitment to myself that I would give myself 3 days out of the week, at least 30 minutes. And so, of course, when you make a decision, all of the doubt, all of the limited beliefs, all of the why you can't do it starts to flood in. And so I had a backup plan. I said, okay, I don't care if I feel like it. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if it's cold, if it's hot. I'm going 3 days out of the week and I'm going for 30 minutes. And then the craziest thing started happening. So I joined the gym. I started going, and then all of a sudden, this app popped up. If you don't know what you're doing in the gym, we've created all the workouts for you. So I downloaded this app and it has been a game changer for me. I'm not going to say the name on here, but it's been a game changer for me to help me be consistent. It's helped me learn how to work out. It's made it fun for me to work out. And so for this past year, 12 months, actually October 28th was the first workout that I did. And I've completed 236 workouts since that
Wow.
time. So I have
Amazing.
been so consistent. And I know that we love to talk about weight loss, but I want to talk about how I dropped 3 dress sizes.
Mm.
My shoe size is a size and a half down. My ring size has changed. Like how I feel just about myself. I feel the best that I have ever felt in my life. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I feel the best. And then when you show yourself that you can show up for yourself every day, it
Go
just
ahead and preach,
it
Jamie.
just it just spills over into everything. And it's
Wow.
sort of like what Shanoka says. It's like, okay, if I can do that, then I can do this, and then I can
Hmm.
do that. So it just gives you so much momentum to keep going. And you just feel so good. Like there's just no limits. And I just know how I used to feel. I'm in North Carolina. I was up, if it snowed and the gym delayed, I was there as soon as the gym opened up. Like I just wanted to show myself that I could do this. And I'm a mother. And, as a mother, I know I did dedicate all of my time, all of my resource, everything into my children. And I wanted to pour into myself in that same way. And I have really done
Mm.
that consistently this year.
Wow. And
Yeah.
when you said you don't know how the app shows up, but then when you make a decision about something, the whole universe,
Yes.
books will show up, people will show up, scriptures will show up on your behalf. So you were committed to loving yourself. And when you become the main actor, actress in your own life,
Yes.
all of the other, what do they call these people who are not the main actor, co-actors? Isn't that
Yes.
the right word? You the
Yes.
leading lady, you the leading man in your own life.
I
That's
am.
very powerful.
And then
Anybody, go ahead, Jamie.
let me say this too, because when I coached with you last year, you might not remember, but one of my biggest complaints was I need to get offline. Everything I see is so negative, because it was about relationship stuff and just all of it. Even my algorithm has changed. Now I see gym content. I see people in loving relationships. I see happy animals. So it's like it's really showing me like how I feel about myself, and my vibration has so much power that it can even change things on the external too.
Yeah, you
So,
you are the algorithm.
yes, I am.
You are the algorithm. Daphne, you got anything else? That's power. You got anything else you want to share from your notes about what went down? Shanoka, y'all got anything else y'all want to share?
Like she just said, that quantum leap, baby. Oh my goodness, them atoms. That was the main thing right there. Those atoms. Yes, when you speak it out, it's gonna happen. So be careful what you say, and always mean what you say. So
Well, Dr. Barbara in the conference talked about the light atoms, and we know that the light atoms are just waiting for us to position ourselves. All of the light atoms in the universe. So when Jamie said, I'm working on consistency, that app had to come on her phone. When Shanoka said, I'm gonna go and buy my first property unafraid. I I told Shanoka, I said, now look, don't let me have to help you to pull some money out of some place where you can do what you want to do, what you gotta do. But when she decided I'm gonna get my first property, all of the light atoms are here to serve, support, and help us to manifest. That's the science behind everything. So Shanoka, you got anything else you want to say in closing? Y'all, this has been so good.
Do I actually want to share something that Bishop Victor told us, which was awesome. Um, that was such a privilege, to have him speak to us. And one thing a couple of things. He said, training your spiritual connection, pray and listen to God's direction. And another thing was define insights, give wisdom beyond intellect. Give wisdom beyond intellect. And another thing, it says fellowship with purpose and be driven and be believers. So that stuck with me. And
That
I made a
that
note
that
of
is
that.
so good. Bishop Victor, which is my mentor from Africa, called in, zoomed in, WhatsApped in. Is that a word? I just made it up, listeners. WhatsApped in and taught us. Now, this is a man that is the Archbishop of other bishops in all of Nigeria who have over 1,000 members apiece. So he is their overseer. And for him to take, was it about 30 minutes, ladies? For him to take 30 minutes to mentor and coach us and some of the jewels that Shanoka shared, we are just so grateful. Anybody else want to say anything?
I have two things,
Okay, go
Albert.
ahead, Jamie.
Number one is what you love, you take care of.
Ooh,
What
that's
you
good.
love, you take care of. And then the second thing was you have to intentionally empower your mind.
Yeah, that is so good. And that's what Devin and her mom are doing every day. They are intentionally empowering their mind with scriptures and everything else. So listeners, you guys and ladies, you see what time it is. These are people just like you. And just like Shinoka said, why not you? Why not you manifesting your dream? Why not you getting the love of your life? Why not you going on cruises? Why not you getting the body that you desire? And really, it's up to you to make a decision, to be intentional, and you can baby step your way to anything. Any other comments, anybody, before I go to commercial break? You can baby step your way to anything. Now, Jamie beat me this year going to the gym that many times, but I'm going to get her in 2026. I think I went 100 and I can't remember. But just I'm going to use that as an example. What if you decide that you're going to go to the gym just one time a week? At the end of the year, guess what? That is 52 times. So when I come back, I'm going to talk about one or two things that you can do before the end of the year. Thank you, ladies, so much to really manifest your dream. So we're going to be right back, everybody, after these quick commercials. So everybody stay tuned.